Chapter 796, Hypocrite. 2 hours later, the island is completely secured. Zhang Yi has killed every pirate and soldier he found. He locates Baocha's human captives, the women kept as playthings chained in a basement, while their own families aboard looted ships have been murdered and eaten. In a rare show of mercy, Zhang Yi orders the bodies of the dead burned so they may rest in peace, and he leaves rations for the survivors to sustain them. Xu Yang comes ashore in support. She reports to her uncle Zhu Zhang that Zhang has handled things. Zhu Zhang reminds Zhang Yi that he has command of the voyage, but yields to Zhu Yang's plea concerning the women. She insists they cannot be abandoned to die. She urges Zhang Yi to allow them aboard the Jin Feng, reminding him that his crew has ample supplies. Zhang Yi reacts in disbelief to her compassion, snapping that rescuing these strangers would jeopardize their secret mission. When Zhu Yang retorts that taking any chance on saving lives is a moral imperative, Zhang Yi counters cynically that such idealism is pointless in a dying world. He mouths off about the responsibility of Blizzard City, Blizzard, during its crisis, provoking Zhu Yang's blush. Finally conceding grudgingly, he leaves the women with 1 week's rations from his stash and departs. Zhu Yang calls him a hypocrite for offering only token aid that will save no one. Zhang Yi openly laughs. He admits he left the food only to salve his own conscience, knowing it won't save their lives. His merciless words, in terms of the heart, "At least I helped them, what did you do?" leave Zhu Yang furious. She storms off to sulk, and Zhang Yi, unperturbed, notes her absence but shrugs it off. Chapter 797, Little Pearl Can't Do It. Zhang Yi's little pearl, Zhu Yang, is sulking after Zhu Zhang scolds her for complaining about him. Zhou Qier, amused, nuzzles Zhang in the hold and they banter about the journey's stresses. Later, in the mess hall, Zhu Yang's pride is hurt as she watches the crew feast on roasted chicken and fish while she subsists on Zhang Yi's lean rations. She foolishly tries to claim Zhang Yi's food and becomes embarrassed when the sailors tease her. Zhang Yi cheerfully invites her to join the meal, but Zhu Yang stubbornly pretends she's been given food by Zhang Yi's orders and refuses. Only when the cook mentions roasting chicken, meat and potatoes does she realize Zhang Yi quietly ensured everyone ate well while she was left hungry. Smiling triumphantly, she storms off in a huff. The rest of the voyage is uneventful. After 26 days, they finally sight Yanlu Island, having braved blizzards by hugging close with Zhou Qier for warmth. Chapter 798, Marley Navy, Ad 1. While the Jin Feng sails toward Yanlu, a Marleyan warship appears on the horizon. Old Tian recognizes the Black Hull as Marley's navy. Although it is peacetime, nations' navies now often act as pirates. The crew knows Marley ships carry advanced weapons, artillery, torpedoes, that could easily sink the Jin Feng. Zhang Yi orders caution. Zhu Yang suggests communicating to explain they are on a rescue mission, but Zhang Yi insists they wait to see the enemy's intent. He readies the crew as the warship closes, knowing full well Marley might board for inspection. Chapter 799, Go All Out, Ad 1. Marleyan sailors launch grappling hooks and storm the Jin Feng. Zhang Yi refuses to reveal his identity, though Zhu Yang seethes as he calmly assures the Marleyans they don't know anything about him. When a commanding officer, Captain Obengius, orders Zhang Yi to board the warship, Zhang Yi tersely fabricates that his injured sister is aboard the Jin Feng. Obengius, angry and suspicious, searches Zhang Yi's cabin but finds no hidden Inhumans. Obengius demands Zhang Yi join the Marley Navy. Under threat of death, Zhang Yi angrily refuses. Seizing the moment, Zhang Yi activates space acceleration 30 times and cuts loose, swiftly unleashing a torrent of bullets and dark matter attacks on the boarding party. He kills Obengius in seconds and massacres all Marley soldiers on deck with an attack from his Holy Inquisition ability. Finally alone on the Marley warship, Zhang Yi dons body armor and fights back against nearby enemy cruisers. Using enhanced weapons and monster-level abilities, he destroys 2 Marley frigates almost instantly. After securing a peaceful path, Zhang Yi radios Yang Xinxin to report all enemies defeated and Marley warships sunk. Chapter 800, Talking at Cross Purposes. In calmer waters, Zhu Yang confronts Zhang Yi about his ruthless behavior, calling his threats to throw survivors into the sea overbearing. Zhang Yi unabashedly admits he means what he says. His cruelty was meant to ensure their mission's safety. Zhu Yang reminds Zhang Yi that they must cooperate, since she is Zhu Zhang's niece. Zhang Yi replies that he is in charge and warns them that anyone causing trouble on board will be killed. The rescued refugees are unhappy at first, but no one dares refuse to join Zhang Yi lest they wait to die on the island. Obediently, they surrender all weapons and radios as Zhang Yi demanded. Li Zongyu assures them that the Huashu team will save them, and so they board the Jinfeng. The group's most prominent survivor, Korean official Che Haichung, kneels and thanks Zhang Yi profusely. Zhang Yi accepts this flattery only with a nod, still distant. As Che and others toast "Long live Mr. Zhang," the once skeptical refugees are amazed. In just minutes they went from insulting the Huashu rescue to worshipping their powerful savior. Before sailing, Zhang Yi coldly allows any Colombians who refuse to leave with them to stay, unknown to the others. He then orders his sailors to eliminate the remaining 5 Colombians in the cave, killing them without mercy. When the party resurfaces at the port, Zhu Yunk is excited to be reunited with her schoolmate Sun Wanqi, who now goes by Alice. Alice confesses she's relieved to see Zhu Yunk, and upon learning Zhu's team is the Huashu rescue, she exclaims it will save everyone's day. Zhang Yi sets firm rules to his unexpected passengers: they must obey orders, or be thrown overboard, and prepares to steer toward Yanlu Island, carrying with him the grateful Huashu and overseas Chinese survivors. Chapter 801, Ice Sea Monster. The Jinfeng sails the frozen ocean. After a month at sea, the crew grows restless. On day 39, Zhang Yi and Zhou Qi are on deck practicing calligraphy when the ship suddenly shudders. Lookouts report monstrous shadows under the ice. Zhang Yi spots 4 mutant sharks attacking a huge horned sea serpent with gleaming eyes. The serpent, much larger than the sharks, fires a violet energy beam that blasts one shark apart. Alarmed, Zhang Yi orders the Jinfeng to retreat. As Zhu Yunk hesitates on deck, Zhang Yi activates flight to carry her to safety. The crew narrowly escape the initial ambush, but Zhang Yi remains on high alert, knowing the injured serpent may return. Chapter 802, Don't Get Involved. The serpent pursues them. Zhang Yi watches as 2 black fins slice through the water toward the Jinfeng. He asks Zhu Yunk whether they should flee, and Zhu Yunk warns they are outmatched by the inhuman creature. Using his Echo of Time ability, Zhang Yi holds the warship steady as the giant horned sea snake surfaces next to them. The creature attempts another colored beam attack, but Zhang Yi blocks it with a dimensional barrier he summons. A massive whirlpool swirls beneath the Jinfeng. Seeing the snake's brute force was swallowed by his defenses, Zhang Yi charges him with his void spear. A final spear throw slams into the serpent's head with a thunderous explosion, wounding it but not killing it. Zhang Yi shouts a warning: if it returns, he will kill it. With the threat momentarily stalled, Zhang Yi urges the Jinfeng onward toward Yanlu, eager to pick up the refugees before the sea serpent can regroup. SS Arc Chapters 803 to 812. Chapter 803, Yanlu Island. The Jinfeng arrives at Yanlu Island's icy shores under a freezing tropic sun. Zhang Yi recalls Zhu Yunk's instructions from Li Zongyu, codenamed Snow Wolf, that their evacuees are camped under a hidden cliff. Assigning 10 crew to guard the ship, Zhang Yi leads 6 onto the frozen dock. He asks Zhu Yunk to hail Snow Wolf. Through her communicator, Li confirms Zhang Yi's identity and reports that only about 30 of Yanlu's 5,000 refugees survive in the caves. Snow Wolf warns Zhang Yi that the island is dangerously crowded and notes their tenuous food supply. As Zhang Yi's group disembarks, Zhou Qi eagerly recalls how the island's hot springs can rejuvenate them. Suddenly, out of the snow emerge armed ambushers led by Kunbi of Nanyang, who open fire. Thanks to Zhang Yi's alien powers, swallowing bullets, invincible armor, all the gunfire harmlessly dissipates. Riposting with lightning-fast marksmanship, Zhang Yi and his well-trained sailors kill dozens of attackers with handgun fire, headshots at distance. However, the leader Kunbi then morphs into a gigantic white centipede inhuman. Diving under the snow, Kunbi slashes at Zhang Yi, but Zhang Yi immediately impales him through the ground and rips him apart with holy judgment. Within moments, the island's initial defenders are wiped out. Shocked by Zhang Yi's brutality and powers, even local children Xiang Bo and Shurqiu shudder at the carnage. Chapter 804, You Are Going to Die. With Kunbi dead, Zhou Qi notes their gunfire surely alerted others. Zhang Yi dismisses concern. The attacker's low and human level prove this island has no high-level enemy. He'd fear more if there were. As the Jinfeng's crew regroups, a solitary figure in white down appears, the promised Snow Wolf, Li Zongyu in human form. Overcome with relief, Li greets them tearfully as fellow compatriots. Introductions follow. Li is a Chinese American stranded with dozens of others here. Zhang Yi bluntly interrogates Li about the mysterious stone, the god's source, but Li coyly says he has no item on him yet, promising it later once Zhang Yi rescues the group. In return for the promise, Zhang Yi vows to bring Li and his people home. Surveying the dark, makeshift refugee cave, Li cautions Zhang Yi that many survivors remain hidden inside. Zhang Yi agrees to follow Li to meet them. The chapter ends as Zhang Yi prepares to enter Li Zongyu's hidden village in the cliff, determined to extract the promised bounty while Zhu Yonk and the crew stand ready to help. Chapter 805, Snowwolf, Happy National Day. Li Zongyu leads Zhang Yi's team into the dim cliff cave. He explains that Yanliu's settlers, a rainbow team of international vacationers and expatriates, banded together after the collapse, but their resources ran out. Over the past half-year, half the group perished, often eaten by marauding gangs. Many survivors worshipped Li like a savior for nearly 6 months. Zhang Yi remains wary, only the brutal facts, scorched warehouses and starving refugees, matter to him. He bluntly demands Li Zongyu's promised treasure, the enhancement stone. Li admits it was found elsewhere, not on Yanlu, and only upon survival of his group. Zhang Yi nods approvingly at Li's strategy, never revealing everything before securing safety. Li reveals about 30 remain alive. Prompting Li to show the cave camp, Zhang Yi tells the group to hurry. Li Zongyu leads them deeper into the cliff passage. Dozens of pale, ragged refugees sit around a dim green or lamp under a sulphurous dome. The terrain inspires preacher Ma Wenjiang to give a rousing sermon that tomorrow will be beautiful despite yesterday's horror. Li bursts in announcing rescue. His people erupt in tears and cheers, some believing the Colombian Navy has come. However, the Yanlu refugees quickly realize it is a Huashu rescue team. Pro-Colombian zealots protest, but Li insists that only Huashu responded to their cries. Under Li's urging, most agree to trust Zhang Yi. A few Colombians stubbornly refuse, awaiting a promised rescue from their own country. Zhang Weiwei, Li's girlfriend, urges leaving food for those who stay, but Che Haichang, a Korean official, shrewdly keeps his supplies, telling Sun Wanqi that the Huashu ship's fate is uncertain. By nightfall, nearly everyone boards the Jinfeng. Zhang Yi's sailors find underground hot springs in the cave. Zhang Yi and the others enjoy a rare hot bath. Zhou Qier praises the spring's benefits, while Zhu Yonk, long deprived of privacy and hot water, desperately soaks until she is lightheaded. She emerges flushed and resentful at Zhang Yi's apparent indifference. He coldly remarks on perverts who'd exploit her. Zhu Yonk grits her teeth as Zhang Yi simply says let's go, and leads the Yanlu survivors back to the ship. There, enthusiastic refugees recognize acquaintances. Sun Wanqi rushes to hug Zhu Yonk, calling her Alice and thanking her for the rescue. Zhu Yonk explains that her uncle Zhu Zhang, as Huashu's Jiangnan governor, ordered this mission to save them. Smiles of relief spread among the group as they climb aboard with the Jinfeng, ready to return home. Chapter 806, The Survivors of Yanlu Island. On board, Zhang Yi and crew organize the Yanlu refugees, now dubbed the Yanlu Group. Zhang Yi sternly outlines ship discipline: no dissent, no hidden weapons, even nail clippers, anyone who offends will be thrown to sea. The Yanlu group grumbles at his bluntness and brusque methods, murmuring in fear. Li Zongyu urges trust, Huashu is their lifeline. Reluctantly, they hand over a dozen firearms and bladed tools for surrender. In Zhang's eyes they are spoiled vacationers ill-prepared for apocalypse, mostly wealthy foreigners and officials. He remains aloof as they quickly flip to fawning over him. The biggest sycophant, Che Haicheng, kneels and proclaims Zhang Yi as savior. My life belongs to you. Zhang Yi nods curtly. Afterward, surveying the cave exit, Li reports the few Colombians stayed behind waiting for help. Zhang Yi marks them left behind, makes a throat-slicing gesture at his crew, who then enter the cave and silently execute those remaining Colombians with silenced pistols. Their mutilated corpses lie in heaps when the team returns, but Zhang Yi coldly announces I killed them to Ma Wenjiang and the others. Che Haicheng claps Zhang Yi on the shoulder, calling him heroic for ending traitors, while Sun Wanqi smugly feels vindicated by her earlier criticisms. Shaken, some refugees quietly view the scene, but Zhang Yi wastes no time. Counting passengers, he leads the grateful Yanlu survivors onto the docks. Chapter 807. The dispute of the Rockflow group. As the excited refugees swarm the Zhang's escort, a fierce debate erupts. Most Yenlu vacationers, a hodgepodge of Huashu nationals, overseas Chinese, and foreigners, are anxious about where they will be taken. Many cling to nationalist loyalties. One Colombian man insists on waiting for his own country's navy to rescue him, while a Korean official decries Huashu, preferring Colombia or even Mali. Zhang Yi's native suspicion is confirmed. The group is split into factions. Li Zhongyu, Huashu faction, and his supporters urge all to board the Huashu ship wherever they can survive. Ma Wenzhang, part-time spiritual leader, also calls for unity and survival, saying going to Huashu makes sense now. Others beg Peter's foreign viewpoint, refusing to flee for Huashu. Finally, Li's charismatic girlfriend Sun Wanqi steps forward. Quoting her powerful Huashu lineage, daughter of a high official, she boasts she knows the safest routes and will protect them in Huashu. She urges that someone must take charge. Under their persuasion, many citizens grudgingly agree to sail with Zhang Yi to Huashu. A handful of die-hard Colombians refuse and stay, applauding Zhang Yi's food-forgo remarks as pride. Zhang Weiwei, Li's partner, suggests leaving some supplies for the Colombians, but most Yenlu refugees selfishly guard their own packs. Che Haicheng, seeing Zhang Yi's favoritism, snickers that loyalty is king, clutching his back like Gollum to the ring. Sun Wanqi and fellow Huashu nationals focus on the bright side. Boarding with Zhang will save them and ensure their welfare. With consensus, Li asks Zhang Yi to announce boarding. Zhang Yi begins by insisting all Huashu citizens among them line up.